When you go to a grocery store and you see the name of the store on a can of food, that's called white labeling or private labeling. It's where someone else makes the product and they put your label on the product at the very end. And it's a step between reselling and creating your own product. Private labeling is very similar to reselling, so most of the benefits and drawbacks are the same, but there's a few extra benefits that are worth pointing out. The biggest benefit is being able to do your own marketing and branding. You can create your own name, description, take your own product photography, anything you want to do you can. That means you can choose what you want to focus on. That could be price, quality, or being environmentally friendly. When you private label, you can take advantage of a gap in the market. One of the benefits that comes with building a brand is that you'll build a fan base of loyal customers. If you just resell products, it can be really hard to build loyalty. If you private label great products, people will remember you and you can market to them and get another sale from them down the line. Since you aren't reselling the exact same product as a competitor, your potential customers can't compare prices. I know plenty of consumers who look for a SKU or barcode while shopping in a store and then do a search for the cheapest version of that product online. When you private label, you can make your own SKU or not have one at all. Brands put a lot of money and time into advertising and building a brand. For that reason, they cost a little bit more for you to purchase. If you buy a white labeled product and you aren't paying for brand building, then you get to keep a bigger slice of the revenue. If you know certain products are very popular in your store, I highly recommend private labeled versions of those products so you can keep a higher percentage of those sales. There are some drawbacks to white labeling or private labeling. Again, many of these are the same as reselling since they're so similar, but there are a few extra considerations. There's a benefit to building a brand, and there's the downside to building a brand. One of the harder things about private labeling is it forces you to create your own brand. If you sell sunglasses, you have to convince consumers that your sunglasses are just as good as another brand. If you were to sell a name brand pair of sunglasses, you don't have that problem. Building a brand is hard work, and it can take a long time, but it's usually worth it for the benefits above. Since private labeling includes the manufacturer adding your logo to the product, it is more capital intensive than reselling products. You might have to order a few hundred or thousand units. When you resell products, there's a lot more flexibility to buy products on a shorter notice, and you don't need large quantities. These requirements will vary industry by industry, but typically, white labeling a product requires a bit more capital and time. White labeling gives you many of the same benefits as reselling. In some ways, it's a step between reselling and manufacturing. You can start building a brand and a loyal following. If you have a popular product in your store, I suggest looking into white labeling your own version of that product so you can keep a higher percentage of the sale.